This very important gospel text from the 8th chapter of Mark is one that helps define for us what it means to be a Christian. And there are three elements here that we should take a look at. The first is that Jesus speaks to the disciples not in a setting in which they're sedentary or maybe around a dinner, but as they are on the way, they are walking with him. It's reminder that each and every day is a journey, another step in the journey of life. And that very word journey is significant because it comes from the root word of jour, which we know in other languages, giorno and jour in French, means day. And so each and every day, we are to take a step, another step in having our faith deepened. It is a mistake to tell ourselves that we have been there and done that we don't have to take another step in the growth of our faith. For Jesus, there's nothing more pernicious in the Christian's life than the conviction that you have arrived. You don't have to grow anymore. You don't have to take another step or deepen your faith. You don't have to have ongoing conversion in your life because you, in fact, have satisfied the norms of the Ten Commandments or the gospel. And so each and every day is part of living a Christian life. But the second thing is that Jesus asked the disciples, "Who do people say I am?" Jesus isn't interested just in rumors about himself, because then he turns the question next, "But who do you say I am?" Christian life is about each of us individually taking responsibility for our faith. That is why we, in the translation now for the Creed, we don't say we believe, we say I believe. It's important for each one of us to take responsibility for the faith that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of the living God, and how that has an impact on our lives, where we begin to identify with this gospel as the very core of who we are. And each and every day, we say that we believe that Jesus is the Son of God, is the one who is saving my life, and not just put up with the slogan that I've been saved, but that we truly take responsibility ourselves for our faith. And the final thing that we see in the gospel is that Jesus chides Simon Peter, for thinking too small. You think as human beings do, not as God does. Jesus wants us to have the big picture of our lives, for us to understand that our lives are not just about what we hope to accomplish, but that God has another plan for us. In fact, at Mass, each and every time, the priest says at the time before we offer the gifts in the Eucharistic prayer, "Pray, my brothers and sisters, that my sacrifice and yours will be acceptable to God the Father Almighty." And we respond, "May the Lord accept the sacrifice at our hands of the praise and glory of his name, for our good and the good of all his holy church." What we are saying in that moment is that the very lives that we lead, with all the sacrifices, the burdens, the sufferings that we have, we are joining them to the sacrifice of Christ on the cross. Jesus wants us to have that bigger picture of our life, to think big about ourselves, that it's not just going through the years in this life and then we end, but that right here and now, we are joining in the saving of the world that Jesus won for us on the cross. So today is a very important gospel text that we are given. It is a reminder that each and every day we are to grow little by little as we take up the journey of our faith. That we are to take personal responsibility for our faith, and something that we do when we say, "I believe." And finally, that we also are those who are understanding that our lives are so much bigger than we give ourselves credit for, that we join in this Eucharist with Jesus in bringing about the salvation of the world.